Hello my dear YouTube friends, how are you doing today? Welcome to all of you. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. I'm so happy you found me, and I hope you'll consider subscribing. The subscribe button is right down there. Next to it you will find a bell, and if you ding that bell and choose all, you will be notified whenever I put up a new video. And if you're back, hi friends, welcome back. I'm so grateful that you're here with me. So today we're gonna do a Wip Chat, and if you're new to the craft and you don't know what a Wip Chat is, WIP stands for Work in Progress, which this diamond painting is my work in progress today. But your work in progress could be a diamond painting. You can knit, you can crochet, you can cross stitch, you can take a walk, you can clean, you can do grocery shopping, or you can sit down and just listening to me talking, treat it like a podcast. And chat, well, that means I'm going to chat your ears off for a while, okay? So let's talk about what I have here. So this diamond painting, it is called Astronomer, is from Diamond Art Club, and the artist is called, his name is Mile Pinkney, and it is a rather big one. It is 105 centimeter by 70 centimeter, so it's a big one, but I'm at the last row now. I began this on January 1st, so I know I'm not a fast diamond painter. I had an event in January and February where we did this as a paint along, and the first ones who finished did it in about 3 weeks. So yeah, but this is the beautiful artwork. I love Miles Pinkney, and I love his wizards. I always call them Merlin because they remind me of Merlin. But yeah, beautiful, right? So we're down here right now. I began up here, and now we're at the last row down here. I can't wait. Okay, so that's the diamond painting. Then we have my very, very trusted Elizabeth Ward container. I have my Elizabeth Ward container. Oh my God, we have my we have my Bella Art Nicole tray. Oh my God. I'm sorry. This is the Elizabeth Ward container that I'm using. I'm not using anything else anymore. I just prefer my Elizabeth Ward. I use this size and this size. This is the extra small and this is the small. The small one contains one big bag of drills from Diamond Art Club. So, yeah. Then I have my diamond painting pens that I'm using today. They are both from Enabler's Outpost. Both of them have a single placer from Diamond Art Club in it. They both have a glue dot. Down here we have a 3 placer and a 4 placer from Diamond Art Club. This one has my own scented putty. It is called Ginger Red. Over here we have Chit from Enabler's Outpost. Chit is Romanian and means putty in the scent pineapple. So yeah, and this is my own putty. Other than that, I might later be using this diamond painting pen from North Alchemist. It has a regular brass tip right now with nothing in it. And then it has a 7 placer from Diamond Art Club with my own putty in it as well. So yeah, we might be using this one later for multi-placing. Who knows? Who knows? Then I have, sorry, I have my tweezers, one from Diamond Art Club and one from AliExpress. These ones I use if I need to pick up a misplaced diamond, and this one I use if I need to place diamonds with my tweezers. Then here I have this beautiful tray from Angie's Sparkle Addiction Art. Isn't it beautiful? And this little thingy is a trash minder. It is actually magnetic. You see that little magnet down there? And there's a magnet on the bottom of this little trash minder. So it's it doesn't move around. I'm not going to pour them out right now, but I can actually flip it upside down and the trash minder will stay. So it's quite strong. But all of these shops are linked down below in the description field. So please go take a look. And yeah, I think that is it. I do also have, sorry, an enhancement kit from DP Wood Sparklers. I am almost done using them. But yeah, she is linked down below as well. So yeah, I think we'll just, sorry. Oh, for some reason my yawning has returned. Let's begin. So we start with 939. It's a very, very dark blue. The sad thing is that this is the first edition of this kit, when it was released first. And I have heard from others that did this paint along with me that the first edition have had issues with a lot of trashy drills. I mean, you can see how full this little trash minder is, but that is actually the second time that I fill it. This is the first little trash minder that well, this one again, but I emptied it out. So it really does have a lot, especially the darker colors, the browns and the blues and the black. But it's, it seems like I have enough. And I am rather close to being done, so I guess I think we'll be fine. Let's see. So, first up, how are you guys doing? I really want to know, so write that down in the comment field, how you're doing, what are you working on, and yeah, how has your week been since last time? I do care about you, but I think you know that by now, and I hope you're all doing well. Sorry. So yeah, let me know. So usually what I do in these Wip Chats is I try to remember what I did the previous week. I never have notes. Maybe I should, because I have a horrible memory. But I don't have notes. So sometimes I remember things and sometimes I don't. And other than that, I just ramble. You never know what I'm gonna tell you in this in my videos. You never know. So yeah. But let's see. My last video, my last Wip Chat was Wednesday, or was it Tuesday? Apparently my Wip Chats are either coming out on a Tuesday or on a Wednesday. It depends on how I'm doing, or if I have any plans. So yeah, that is the surprise of the week, apparently. Sorry. So what was I doing last week? See, horrible memory. I can't really remember. I know that I can't even, but I know that Sunday. it'll come, maybe. Sunday, the day that I also have my live, David's sister, my sister-in-law, was here. She had written a few days before, asked, are you home? Because I miss you guys, and I want to stop by on Sunday. And we missed her as well, so of course, we were home. We didn't have any plans. So, yeah, she came by. She came at around 1 p.m., I think. So we had, some time before that to get our breakfast in. And yes, we get up late. If you've been here for a while, you know that my husband is a truck driver. Yeah, he's a truck driver. He drives oil and gasoline and diesel. Well, most diesel and gasoline. around in the southern part of Denmark. So we get up late. I mean, I'm on the Danish equivalent to disability, so I'm at home. So my daytime schedule is basically the same as his. Go to bed at around 2. Well, I try to go to bed at about 2. It doesn't always succeed. I don't always succeed in it, but I try. It's my intention. And then I get up at 10:30 a.m. Do I really need more putty in this one? But yeah. So we're having a rather late breakfast. Everybody else is having, lunch at a time when we are having breakfast. But yeah. So she came and we just chatted and had some tea or coffee and, got everything under control, if you say so. We just talked about what had happened in our lives and how everybody was doing and family stuff, and yeah. So that's what most of the Sunday was. She stayed for dinner, and we had this HelloFresh recipe. We had HelloFresh delivered for, I don't know, a month, maybe 2. Last year, it ended up being too expensive for us. But yeah. So we saved all the recipes. And some of the recipes is really, really delicious. This one is called a quick Buddha ball. I have no idea if it's just in the HelloFresh recipe pack over here or if it's anywhere else. I need more putty. Sorry. But it's really delicious, and it's vegan because it's basically bulgur wheat and cucumber, bell pepper. You do some pickled onions. You have some mango, and then you use chickpeas that you put in the oven with a bunch of barbecue sauce mixed in. So this is basically what I do when I either fill my pan. Well, usually when I fill it the first time, you can see, then I stab it into my putty. But then what I just did is how I've removed the overflow and how I, fill it up if it needs to have some extra putty. And I'm a hard presser, so every now and then I do need it. So yeah, we had dinner together, and then then I went in here and had my live while David and his sister were chit-chatting in the living room. So yeah. And then when it was time for her to leave, she just stuck her head in here, and so I knew I needed to go out and say goodbye. So if you were in my live, you got to see my sister-in-law. She is an amazing, amazing person. We have had our deal of, not fights, but both my husband and I come from difficult families. So we all have our issues, and sometimes if women have had bad upbringings, we don't tend to trust other women because usually they are the worst ones, right? And and we had different ideas of what it meant to be a family. I mean, I hoped to have a sister, a friend, and my sister-in-law didn't really, she didn't trust people. It wasn't just me, it was in general. And we misunderstood each other quite a lot. And then we had I guess a serious phone conversation. And that helped a lot. We can still, well, not the last, I don't know how many years, but it took us a while to, get rid of the kinks and realize, we were in this together, we're family. So today we really do enjoy each other's company. It's relaxed and nobody has the feeling of, oh God, what am I supposed to say here? It basically just flows. We visit. What kind of word was that? We visit each other, and it isn't awkward in any way. So yeah. So yeah, that's Sunday. I had my live, and it was fun and cozy as always. We were, oh my God, we were all over the place. We were talking about a video that Anthony from Single and Placing had put up. He was in the live as well. He usually is, and I'm happy that he's supporting my channel like I'm supporting his channel. I always watch his vlogs and videos. So yeah, I will link him down below. So if you don't know Anthony, please go check him out. He has this amazing dog. It's a mix of a husky and a Malamute, and his name is Apollo. And he is, yeah, I'm not into big dogs. Let's be honest. I'm not really into big dogs, but Apollo, he has stolen my heart from the very beginning. So yeah, and Anthony is a sweetheart. So yeah, we were talking about that new video. And if you know, you know. And if not, go to his channel and take a look. I can give you a hint that said you should you need to find a video called something like I'm opening a diamond painting putty shop, something like that. I can't remember the title exactly. But take a look at that one. It has sparkled most people love it. Okay. I love it because I know the background, I know why it was made, I know the intention it's made with, and I think I have the same weird sense of humor that Anthony does, so I found it funny. But some people didn't like it, which is okay. We don't need to like everything that, other creators do. I mean, you don't have to love my content at all. I don't demand that from people. What I would like is that Anthony said this as well in his last vlog, find the people that makes you happy. Find the people that when you listen to them, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you're not wasting your time and you love listening to these people. I mean, I have people that have subscribed to me that, well, they say that they like my ramblings. So they are the right place. But if you're very new and found my channel by accident and this is your first time here, it's okay if you're, after the video, go like, yeah, that's not my cup of tea. I mean, you don't have to love every creator. There is a creator for everybody out there. So yeah, find your people. Find your people. But anyway, that's one of the subjects we were talking about. Oh my God, we were all over the place, as usually in my lives. You never know. And we were, I don't know. I mean, usually we do talk about purchases of diamond paintings from, well, mostly it's been from Diamond Art Club and also from Francesca Studio Works, a sweet friend, dear sweet friend who opened her diamond painting company earlier this year. Well, she started out selling diamond painting, the drills, the diamonds. She started out selling those, and then she expanded into selling diamond paintings. And if you go back quite a while by now, but if you go back, she actually sneak peeked a lot of her upcoming diamond paintings in my lives, which was amazing. So yeah, but now you don't need the sneak peeks. You can just go to her shop, which I will link down below as well. Go check out her diamond painting. So we usually talk about what did we buy this past week, and if we didn't buy anything, and talk about what we're working on or what we're gonna be working on. And people sent me pictures either from Messenger or on Instagram, and then I show them in the live. So yeah, I like that, that we can show each other what we're working on and give each other opinions. And sometimes we have people with small shops that, like Francesca, that pops in and shows us, this is what I'm working on right now. Well, not Francesca, because she's not having anything new right now, but other small shops, or they would be like, oh, look at this is what I'm working on right now. So yeah, we're always wanting more people to stop by, but I mean, I can always count on, I don't know, at least a handful of people being there, unless of course they have stuff to do. But most Sundays I have this handful of people, maybe a little more, that is stopping by to say hello, and they, like me, would love for new people to stop by, be a part of our little group, our friends, because when you've talked for, I don't know, more than a year by now, you get to know each other. We know each other's families, we know each other's lives. I don't know how else to say it. I mean, we're friends, we talk, we care about each other. We ask, how is your son doing, and how is your daughter doing, and when is this, whatever, and are you doing better because you have this illness? We know each other. I mean, they have got to listen to me and my scratchy voice for a month by now. I don't know. I can't seem to get rid of it. And it isn't really a sexy scratchy voice. It's just a weird scratchy voice by now. So yeah, you get to enjoy it too. But yeah. But that one lasted 2.5 hours, which has happened more than once, by the way. We just chit-chat. Well, I'm the one chit-chatting, right? And people are texting. In case you don't know how a live works, it is me being live, chatting with people, and people are writing the questions or responses in a live chat function. Sorry. And I then, comment on them, or, other people are commenting on each other's writings. It's basically like a conversation where I'm the only one live talking and everybody else is texting. And I love it. It's, yeah. One day I do want to have some lives where I have people there with me. It, preferably some of those that are in my lives, that people could meet each other with, hey, this is my faith and this is my personality. Does it make sense? One thing is we write and text, and we have a good feeling of, okay, this is how this person is as a person. But sometimes, you can get the feeling of, oh, this is how this person is when she's, talking and I don't know. I guess I hope you know what I mean. And then you get to see them and hear them instead of just, reading what they're writing. And they're like, oh, they have this very spunky personality, or they're maybe more shy or something, I don't know, but I would love to do that eventually. I do, of course, need to ask people if they're interested. Otherwise, I'll maybe ask other creators to join me every now and then. Just for the kicks, Maybe some of my subscribers don't know all the creators that I know, and then they can get to know them. Maybe I have a guest that most people in the community know, but this person doesn't have a channel, isn't a creator. So, having them on in a live could be fun. Then you could, put a face on the person that you meet in lives or in comments. What do you think? Would that be something that, for instance, you would be up to? Would you be in my live if I did something like that? Would you join in? Otherwise, if people don't find it interesting, I don't know. Sometimes this canvas is a little tight. I'm guessing, for instance, the crystals that I have, come on out again. The crystals are kind of different sizes, which makes it a little difficult. I'm picking at the canvases every time because I'm trying to find the smallest ones. I just made a dent in my putty. Can I fix it? Nope. We need a little more. But yeah, let me know, would that be something you would find interesting, or would you be in that? Be interested in joining my life like that? Because, it doesn't help me trying to figure it out if nobody wants to do it. So yeah, write that down in the comment field like everything else I'm probably gonna ask you. Well, I'm curious. Some people might say I'm nosy, but I'm not. I don't find myself nosy, I'm just curious. Inquiring minds wants to know. But yeah. What is going on? Thank you. So yeah, that was Sunday. What did we do Saturday? Saturday what were we doing? Saturday David and I were, out and about. David was, oh yeah, now I remember last week. Oh my God. So, oh my God, my brain. So, if you don't know and haven't been here before, my husband, David, likes to ride his bike. He got a gravel bike last year, maybe? Yeah. yeah, a year and a half. Did he get it in 2022? Maybe in 2022. But he has a gravel bike. And he rides that very often unless something happened. And yeah, So he had for the longest time been talking about, that he would like a racing bike to ride, to drive on the regular paved roads, because his gravel bike, even though it can do it, it's a little hard on the tires when he uses the gravel bike. And he was like, then they had this, where he bought his gravel bike, they had this, oh, I can't even remember, but a weekend with people, the companies that have all these spare parts, or making the bikes, whatever. They were having a weekend where vendors and stuff would come by, salespeople, and so he was out there, and he'd been talking about getting one of those race bikes, and I was like, sure, I mean, you need it, buy it. So he was out there Thursday, I think, wasn't he? I think he was out there Thursday. And when he left, he was like, I'm going to look, and then we'll see on Saturday when I'm going out there with some biking friends that is also his co-worker. But apparently, looking wasn't enough. So he came home with a bike. It's a beautiful bike. I mean, it has a beautiful color. That's what I know about that. I like the color. So yeah, he did that, and then Friday. No, Friday he was working and I was here, and yeah, anyway, so Saturday he met up with some of his co-workers and other people from the biking club that he's in, and they were out there looking and buying stuff. David needed some sort of holder to place his bike in it when it's not out and about, because it's, we don't have a lot of space, and he didn't want it to just, lean above a wall, and then it might fall and get scratches and whatnot. So he got that. And then when he came home, we were out shopping, grocery shopping, for that evening's dinner and for the Buddha ball the next day. And was I at the farm? I can't remember. Well, we were out grocery shopping. So yeah, and then at night I was after dinner. I was in here because Angie, who makes these trays, Angie's Sparkle Addiction Art, had a live, and I'm a moderator, so I mean I try to be there as much as I can in her lives. So yeah, I was doing that, and David was in his office playing computer and, I don't know, watching Google and Facebook and whatnot. So yeah, and the funny thing is, I haven't had this happen to me, but apparently it's been happening to other creators, and Angie had this happen to her as well. When people have been live for just about 2 hours, they start reloading. You can't hear people, you can't see them, and the creator can't say or do anything. It's just reloading on the screen. And I'm puzzled, because I mean, you just heard me say I've been live for 2.5 hours. So I'm like, what makes the difference? And I'm not trying to jinx myself, so knock on wood. But I do wonder, why can I be live more than 2 hours and others can't? Isn't that interesting? I find it kind of interesting. So if anybody knows, anybody has contacts within YouTube world, why? Again, inquiring minds wants to know. But yeah. See what I'm doing here? I only filled in every other space here because the drills have the different sizes. So I'm trying to make space for each of them. See, this one is crooked. I'm filling in the curtains of the diamond painting. Let's see. Let's see if we can find them. The red streaks here in the diamond painting is being replaced by crystals. But the crystals is a little bigger than the regular drills. At least that's this Tima, who has diamond painting with Sparkler, said that she had some issues with some of the crystals being too big. And I have that issue as well. But I'm just trying to find those that looks the smallest. But it, of course, it do take a little longer, but yeah, that is it. Sometimes I had to do the same when I did my diamond paintings from AliExpress. Sometimes the drills, the diamonds would have different sizes as well. So I know some people would be really, really annoyed by it, but I'm not really thinking about it. It's just, yeah, I mean, it isn't a race, and I would rather have it not having popping drills than multi-placing and then have drills that's, I don't know, don't fit tight. I guess I'm kind of weird. I mean, I can multi-place by now, but it isn't like I have to. It's, everything is taking the time it needs to take, and I enjoy how I'm doing it. I'm not, you know, I see some diamond painters, which again, we all do what we find worked for us, but I do know that some diamond painters count. Actually, it is a lot of diamond painters. You know, they have a clock and they count how long it takes them to finish a diamond painting. For me, that wouldn't be relevant, really, because I do, because of my health and pain and whatnot, I do, you know, take a lot of breaks. So even if I was sitting in here for, like, say, 5 hours or so, I wouldn't be diamond painting for 5 hours. I might be diamond painting for, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours. And how would I count that? I mean, I don't want, you know, to have an alarm clock going beep, beep every time I stop and stop. It starts and stops, because eventually I'll just forget it. So I don't do that. I know, I mean, I love it for people that they can make it work. I just can't. So I go by, okay, about when did I start this one and about when did I finish it. I mean, this one I know because it was January 1st. And I do try to kind of keep score. I'm getting better. The first diamond paintings that I did, the premium diamond paintings that I did, I'm not quite sure when I began. I mean, I know that the Newton Niflo one was in the beginning of March last year. And then the Secret Garden was in April, maybe the middle of April. I'm not sure. And then sometimes in June, I began the Alphonse Mucha one, which I then finished in end of September, I think. So, you know, I need to, maybe I need to write down. See, this square is done. And popping drill. I always do this. It isn't a popping drill. It's just a drill that didn't get stuck. Sometimes, you know, they don't go all the way down. And then you can just take your hands over it, and sometimes you just need to pop it down, or sometimes it falls off. But I always do this just to make sure, because if you then move around with it and they have these drills that isn't stuck all the way down, they can, did you hear that pop? They can eventually fall off. But yeah, some people roll them. You know, they have this roller and then they roll over the finished square and they, you know, go down, pop down, doing that. I will do that when I'm all the way done with this diamond painting, just because the crystals are a little bit bigger. But usually I don't. Usually it is more than enough for me to just, you know, glide my hand over, and that is it. Then I can feel the drills that is needing a little extra push. How long have I been chit-chatting? Sorry. Okay, we have some more time. So yeah, David got his racing bike, and yeah, Angie was live Saturday, and Sunday we had David's sister. Then, sorry, I need something to drink. My throat is bothersome. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. So Monday, again, if you've been here a while, you know that Mondays I have our niece. I pick her up from kindergarten at around 2:30 p.m. And then in the winter month, from September through March, she and I have gymnastics. Well, she is now old enough that she has gymnastics and I'm driving her. But we spent time here prior to her gymnastics, and I love it. And every time I pick her up, she comes running to give me a hug, so I assume she loves it as well. And this Monday it was kind of cute because she and her little friends were outside on the playground when I came to pick her up. And these little kids, one of them being her boyfriend, I don't know if you can, yeah, well, they call each other that boyfriend and girlfriend. So that's cute. But he and another little girl whose name I totally can't remember, but I know what the boyfriend's name is, of course, came up to me and, well, first the little girl came up to me asking who I was picking up. And I told her that I was picking up Rosa. So she grabbed my hand and said, I will show you where she is. I was like, thank you, sweetheart. And then the boyfriend came up, took my other hand, and, you know, walked me to where Rosa was. And the little girl looked up at me, are you Rosa's mom? I was like, no, I'm Rosa's auntie. It's like, oh, okay. It was like, my auntie doesn't pick me up. And I'm like, oh, would you like that? She lives far away. I'm like, oh. It's kind of what I had with my sister's girls. I would have loved to do the same with them, but they live 2.5 hours away. So yeah, but we found Rosa, and she came running as usually, almost knocking me over. I know by now, so I'm squatting down and I'm ready. But one of the first times she did it, I did actually end on my behind. Sorry. And when I saw her, I was like, Rosa, what happened? And she was like, I fell on the playground, another playground. She had a big scratch over her nose and up to her eyebrow. And I was like, oh my God, what happened? So she told me that she fell and hit her her head on a branch. I was like, oh, sweetie, does it hurt? She was like, I cried, but one of the kindergarten teachers, one of the the people that work there, it's not a teacher per se, but it's, anyway, she came and she picked me up and hugged me, and then I stopped crying. Like, oh, that's good. So you're okay? Yes, it mostly it itches a little. So please don't itch it, then it'll start bleed again. It's like, okay. So she looked at me, it's like, I don't want to go home. It's like, why don't you want to go home? I want to go to you. It's like, you are going out to me and Uncle and the kiddies. Oh, okay. I just don't want to go home to Daddy right now. Like, okay. So yeah, we were just talking a little, and the other little kids were there and telling me what they'd been doing. That's the kind of interesting thing, you know, when you pick up kids from kindergartens, at least here in Denmark. Every time, even when she was at the daycare, well, kindergarten is still a daycare, at least it is in Denmark. It isn't a school in any way. It's just a daycare offer. But the other kids always want to tell you stuff as well. They want to tell you your name. They want to tell you what they did. They want to tell you that when their parents is coming, or, you know, stuff like that. And I need to, you know, give them some room, but also make sure that it is Rosa that is getting my attention, you know, because it basically they're kids and they want the attention, but Rosa needs to know that my attention is focused on her. So yeah, so they were all talking and chit-chatting and telling me stuff, and Rosa was telling me stuff, and then we got ready to leave. I mean, I'm giving her time. She needs to be ready and put stuff away that she's playing with. And then we went to the adults to say goodbye. I had brought a big bag of yarn that came, you know, leftovers from my mother-in-law. So they got that because we're not going to use it. So they got that, and I told the adults that, you know, I put it in the room that Rosa is. There is different groups in the kindergarten. So yeah, and I just said, you know, I put it in there, then you know where to find it. So yeah, and then we drove home, and Rosa told me many, many stories. Right now, she's very fixated on her birthday. She turns 4 in June, and she's telling me, you know, who can come and who can't come. For instance, all the little girls from her kindergarten can come because they're girls. And I was like, okay, so then what about the name of her boyfriend? And like, he can come too. Okay. So then she has another little friend, a girl that she's having play dates with, and she has a brother. So like, then what about name's brother? Oh, he can come too. He's a nice boy like my boyfriend. But it's really just the girls I want. She has this thing about boys and girls. You know, girls are way better than boys. So for instance, if she's telling me she's making something in kindergarten, like for instance, they're doing some Easter stuff right now, she keeps telling me that she's making it for me or for her mom or grandma. So it's like, why don't you make it, why isn't it for Daddy? And then she goes, Daddy's a boy. I'm like, okay. Okay, if you say so. So yeah, everything is for girls, but I'm pretty sure that my brother is getting it. But it's just quite funny, you know, to hear her and to get the reasons for what she's saying. Yeah, and then, I mean, she is 3.5, so she is, of course, testing the waters, the limits, what can she do and what can't she do. So we had a little squirm before we went to gymnastics, and I don't mind it at all. I mean, I know it's the age. What I do mind is when she makes threats, like, and when she thinks that she can decide, that she can be the boss. For instance, she has this thing about saying, "You're not allowed to look at me." And I basically just look at her, like, okay. And then she goes again, "You're not allowed to look at me." And I don't say anything. I just look at her, kind of like, so why or whatever. Sometimes I tell her, "Rosa, you're not the boss of me, and I'm the adult here, but not this Monday." So she has this little creamy cheesy thingy that she likes that has these little breadsticks. She calls them fishing poles. And she had asked if she could bring one of those to have before gymnastics. And I've said, sure, we can bring one, but then you have to promise me that you will hurry up and get your winter gear on before we leave and not make a fuss. And she said she would. Okay. So we go out there, and then she begins with the "you can't look at me," and she didn't want to take on her clothes. And then the "stop looking at me or I hit you" came. I didn't say anything. I just took up that little package of cheese and breadsticks, and I took it and was on my way back to the kitchen to put it in the fridge. And oh my God. Tantrum galore. Well, it was mainly fake tears. She was just trying to, make me feel sorry for her, or whatever you want to say. And you could hear it was like, so it wasn't real crying. It was basically, give me the attention and let me get away with stuff, cry, hysterical, whatever you want to say. So again, I stood a little away and I looked at her and I gave her, a minute or two. And then I asked her, "Are you done being hysterical?" And she looked up and there wasn't a tear in her eye. It was, of course, all fake. And she looked at me going, "No." I'm like, okay. So she kept going a little while. I mean, maybe a few more minutes. And then she goes, "Now I'm done." I'm like, okay. So like, do you think you were that was very nice. Do you think you were a good girl? Yes. Like, so you think that it's nice that you say to your aunt you want to hit her? I told you yes. It's like, okay. Well, auntie don't think so. How would you feel if somebody wanted to hit you for just looking at them? Well, the kids sometimes do that in kindergarten. Yeah, what would you feel like if I said that I would hit you for just looking at me? That is not very nice. She says, like, of course it's not, which is why it isn't nice when you say that to me, which is why you can't have this cheesy thingy, because I told you that you needed to be a good girl and not make a fuss. And, we got her dressed and we got out the door and she kind of forgot it, which is what happens, she makes a big fuss of stuff and then 5 minutes later we're over it. But at the same time, I need to tell her when stuff isn't okay. And she didn't get it, that cheesy thingy. She didn't get it. I mean, there has to be some, I don't call it a punishment, but a consequence. When you say or do something, you need to know that you can't just do that. It isn't nice. And I told my brother when I, delivered her back home. I told her, okay, just in case she does say anything, this happened today. And he was smiling. He said, well, now she knows that. I'm like, yeah, but I mean, I can take it, but what about maybe if another family member, we won't say any names, had that happen to them? I know some people would, throw their own little tantrum. I mean, not that she's seeing said person right now, but anyway. So he was like, yeah, I will talk to her, say this isn't okay. One thing is what you say to kids who's doing the same to you, but you should have more respect for the adults in your life. The same for the adults in the kindergarten. But again, she is testing the limits right now. She is testing, what can I do at home? What can I do when I'm at auntie's place? What can I do in kindergarten? Because they have rules too, and it's normal. I just need to show her what is okay out here. And, she is going to test me because she knows that she can do stuff here that she can't do at home. And then there's stuff that she can't do here that she can do at home. So she needs to figure out what goes where. But that one was new. She haven't said before that if you do, I'll hit you. So I'm guessing that comes from kindergarten. But yeah, so that was interesting. Then, oh yeah, if you've been here a while, you know that I love New Kids on the Block. Have since 99. No, not 99. 89. So for more than 30 years by now. And they're still around. They still make music. They still have tours. So a few weeks ago, they came out and said that there would be new music yesterday, that they will release a single and a video worldwide premiere on YouTube. So the single, I could hear that on Spotify from midnight Eastern time, but I was sleeping at that time. So I listened to it when I got up, and of course I love it. So then, what time was that? That was 1:30 Eastern time. They released the world premiere for the music video, and that one is fun as well. And then today, they opened up sales, pre-ordering for the album and some packages. You can order a deluxe CD, or you can get some vinyl CD, just vinyls in English. So I was looking at it and I was like, oh, they have this deluxe box that has all sort of stuff in it. It comes with a Rubik Cube and a photo book, all these little trinkets, and a link for a live view of one of the shows, one of the concerts this summer. And I told David last night, it is expensive. I mean, it's $190, which is a lot of money. But I don't know, maybe I should just get one of the vinyls or the deluxe CD. And he was like, well, do what you find is right. And I was like, oh, I need to think it over. And then today, I looked at it and I go, and then I, put that box in the shopping cart to see, okay, how much is shipping. And at first I was like, yikes, that is a heap load of money. But then I was sent to the UK shop which then gave a total different amount. So I sent a screenshot to David where I said, should I or shouldn't I? And he was like, go for it. I'm like, okay, you enabled me again. He's my biggest enabler. He was also the one that paid for my ticket back in 2014 when I got to have my meet and greet with new kids. So yeah, he supports my crazy ideas and I support his crazy ideas. So now I have that box coming in May when it's released. So I can go look forward to that, and maybe I even forget it, and then I get the box and I'm like, ooh, I totally forgot this. You never know. So yeah, I can't wait. There's a Rubik's Cube and the pictures and the CD and oh my God, there's so much stuff in it, and I'm like, I can't wait. So yeah, a little fangirling. But yeah, I've been yabbering on for a little minute, more than 1 minute. So you got to see me finishing this square on the last row, and you got to see me begin on this one. So I think this is it for today. I hope you have a great week, and you will enjoy your hobbies, whatever they are. Enjoy your family. Say hello to them from me. And have a great week, and hopefully I see you in my next video or in my live on Sunday. I would love it if you'd stop by. So until next time, bye everybody. Take care. Love you. Bye.